Okay, I think we're on. We're on. Okay. So game week 6 draw video. I'm on tour this week. I'm in Great Yarmouth. Come to visit Glenn Wickham, AFL player. Glenn Wickham. Glenn's a bit of a local legend in these parts, aren't you, Glenn? To this day,
I don't like to talk about it. But yeah.
he does like to talk about it. To this day, Glenn in his mid-50s. I know he probably looks a bit older, but he's mid-50s.
Let's raise the stakes.
Glenn to this day still holds the goal-scoring record for Yarmouth schoolboys. I think he scored about 150 goals in one season, didn't you?
I don't like to talk about it. But I scored 10 goals 3 games in a row.
And of those
my friends call me
150,
mastermind because I never passed.
I was copied onto that. And of those 150, he scored 30 in 3 games. And I was going to mention the mastermind thing, but you stole that. You stole that from me.
Sorry, mate.
Okay, so what's happened in the league this week? Well, Liverpool. So Liverpool were a banker. So Jack is now out of the race. He saved Liverpool for this week at home. Nottingham Forest lost. Jack out. So now at the top we've got Darren holds on to a lead, a narrow lead, 2 points from me, 3 points from Paul. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I noticed earlier that myself and Darren are the only 2 players that haven't been beat this season, or this tournament. So we've still got an O there. What else? So Galacticos. Oh, that's a point actually. We're in our golf gear, aren't we? We're playing golf tonight. And after golf, we're having a barbecue. Martin Andrews, AFL player. Martin Andrews is coming around. I think a couple of other friends of Glenn's are joining us. The neighbour, Glenn's neighbour, also a guy, coming round. We're having a barbecue.
Yeah, but AFL players like to come along. It's 1 Bell of the East Way, Belton, NR31 9EE, 7:30 barbecue. Thank you.
Barbecue, hot tub.
NR31 9EE.
Is it a bit weird that a load of guys are having a barbecue in a hot tub?
Last ring doorbell for you.
Yeah. Tony Spychalski is in the area. So Tony, you're welcome. Come along later. There's a hot tub and a load of sausages.
Neil Bowman as well. I saw on the list there.
Neil Bowman. I need to ask Neil. So Neil Bowman paid to play this game. He did 1 week and then disappeared. So I'm playing football with Neil tomorrow. So I'm desperate to know why he did that. Okay, so let's go on to the Galacticos. Jake finally showed up in week 5. So Jake, desperate to defend his title, showed up in week 5. He's now in with a shout, but he's got a dilemma. So what's Jake's dilemma? The dilemma is that he can either try and finish first or he could end up 10th, because he has now got to choose 3 different teams to the players above him, or try to. And that can backfire. But at least Jake is now in the mix. Peter, he threw his Hail Mary pass at the weekend. He chose Leeds. Leeds let him down. He's now in 10th. But there's no danger of Peter being relegated. So he's playing for pride in the final week. And then we come on to Michelle. I did wonder at the beginning of this competition who would get sacked first, Michelle or Sean Dyche. I think we know the answer to that. I think Michelle's out. She's not going to avoid relegation. And interestingly, at the end of the week, I think both women in the Elite League will be relegated. So there'll be no women in the Elite League come the end of the week. So Maria's put herself right in there and now needs a very good weekend to get out of that. What do you think to that, Glenn? No women in the Elite
Well,
League.
you know, it's equal opportunities, even though the fans say otherwise.
Well, it's off performance, though, isn't it? You've got
Yes.
to perform,
Yes.
you know. Anyway, so and Galacticos. So I want to get them more involved. You know, they're a target, the Galacticos. Now remember, the Elite League is you can't be a Galactico unless you're in the Elite League, and and I will choose Galacticos based on performances, based on your AFL ranking. And I thought when Michelle's gone at the end of the week, I thought Jack was a shoo-in for that. I thought it's got to be Jack. But now Paul Miller has said, hang on a minute, what about me? Paul Miller now is above Jack. He's now fighting for the title. He's fighting for the money. And he's got a better ranking than Jack. And did you know, you won't know actually, but Paul, his job is he's a cash in transit security guard. So already he's like a superhero. You know, he goes to work in armour and an armoured car. Probably wears a mask and a cape. They don't wear capes, do they?
Not all heroes wear capes.
So already he's like a superhero. So I can work with that. The other thing, format change, yes. So Galactico's getting them more involved. So I've got a WhatsApp group just for the Galacticos. And I thought, maybe we need a format change. I tried the remove 2 Premier League teams every week. And the reason for that is because I didn't want somebody doing a Jake and selecting 18 teams in week 1. But I've fixed that by not allowing you to select any teams outside of the game week. So I put this to the Galacticos, you know, I'm going to include all the Premier League teams in AFL2 and 1 more Championships team. So the fixtures won't be 12, they'll be 15 going forward. And Jake being Jake got in touch with me and said, well, yeah, do that. All the Premier League teams. I want to pick all 18 teams in week 1 and get rid of the Championship teams. And then he said, and then you don't need to do these videos. Are these videos rubbish? Not rubbish, are they?
No, not with this background music.
Oh, no. So anyway, Jake will get his Premier League teams because he only wants to pick Premier League teams. But increasing Championship teams to 15, 5. So there'll be 15 fixtures, all Premier League teams, 5 Championship teams, each week, starting AFL2, which is in 2 weeks. 100% record weeks. 1 person, Nigel Elliott. Well done, Nigel. Nigel, in fact, I've got to thank Nigel, actually. I've already thanked him, sort of, but Nigel reported an issue which was preventing new players from making selections. We fixed that issue, and now Nigel has gone on to score a 9-point week. He's the only person this week, so very well done. And Nigel, you are now, well, only another 2 weeks, and you could be shooting for the winning streak record. Anybody that went 100% last week are out, and they start again. Promotion. So, so I am going to try and get all players, the people that have registered that haven't been playing, I don't know why, but haven't been playing, I want to get them more interested. So, all players, both the buy-in players and the people playing for free, I'm going to be first sponsor of the league, and I'm going to say put up £100 for anybody that can beat Michelle's winning streak record. I say anybody that can beat it, but the person that sets the new record will get £100. And that's it. So let's do the draw. Even God was getting involved in this draw by blowing them all over the place. So there's just a bunch of teams, home teams there. So what I want you to do, Glenn, I want you to pull out teams. I want 2 Premier League teams and 4 Championship teams. The first ones that you pull out, you can't look at them. No,
so I don't know the Premier League teams.
You don't. In no particular order, all home teams, Championship and Premier League. The first 2 Premier League to come out of his hand are the ones that won't fixture. That won't feature this week. The two fixtures we've got. Oh, Jesus Christ. West Ham. I've got Chelsea. I've got Chelsea remaining. That's it. You've done me now.
Sorry.
Okay, next one. What's that?
Brighton.
So the West Ham Chelsea game. Thanks, Glenn. And the Brighton, who are Brighton playing? We don't know. But anyway, they're the two Premier League teams that are out. Get me 4 Championship teams that are in.
That's Man City.
Oh no, they're not. Yeah, keep going.
Aston Villa. Fulham.
Go to the bottom. At the bottom.
Crystal Palace. Liverpool. Norwich.
You couldn't do this if you tried. Norwich, local team. Norwich are in. And whoever they're playing. QPR are in, and whoever they're playing.
What's that?
Sheffield United, again, are in. Whoever they're playing. One more. West Brom.
There you go.
West Brom are in. Okay, that's the game week 6 fixture draw. Thank you.